Shalom. Welcome to Shofar So Good. Everything DIY. Today we're going to show you how to solder copper or brass, and what you're going to need are your brass parts. I have a reducer and then a threaded piece that goes into the steam engine, solder flux and a brush, solder, device to clean, your ignition starter, your flame starter, and then your propane or fuel source. First thing you need to do is clean your pieces, the mating pieces. So on this side, I've cleaned it a little bit already. You can see that it's kind of shiny. In this case, I'm going to be rubbing or turning this inside this wire wheel here, and then take this big end and clean out the inside here. I will show you a clip of when it's done here in a second. Here's the cleaned parts with the solder flux. After you do that, you're going to take your solder flux and you're going to take the brush and coat the inside of the mating surface. You're going to stick the parts together, and then starting the torch, crack it open, squeeze your flint. Sometimes it takes a while. And then just hold it to the copper for... I'm heating up the part right now. I want to give you a little tip. The idea is not to hold the solder into the flame to melt it. You need to get both pieces sufficiently warm to melt the solder. And if you just melt it on there and the pieces aren't hot, you'll get what's called a cold joint, and it might look good, but it's very weak and your parts will pull apart easily. So just fan the flame evenly over the whole joint. It really depends on the size of the copper. Probably about 2 minutes in this case. If you have a piece that goes up and then turns, you want to do the bottom because heat rises. So I would start at the bottom and then just go all around the pipe and get it really nice and hot. And once it's warm, just touch the joint with solder, and if it's hot enough, you'll see the liquid solder flow. And what you're looking for is a nice, how do I put it, like if you glue something together, you're going to see a little bit of the glue, but it's not going to be really globular or really thick. And I will show you a clip of the finished product now. Here's the part soldered together, and I got a little bit too much solder on here anyway, but it should work. Signs of too much solder are obviously this little blob here. If you can see, if camera will focus, if you notice the small silver line right in the middle of my finger, where it sort of looks like glue mushing out, that's what you're looking for all the way around. And if you prep your part right, the solder will just kind of flow in there like, I don't know, water and sand. You'll just do it and you'll notice what I'm talking about. It'll just flow in there really nicely.